On August 10, R. Praggnanandhaa stepped out of his teens and turned 20. But the real birthday gift came a little early. Just 10 days ago, FIDE's August ratings were out. He had climbed to world number 4, making him the highest rated Indian, ahead of world champion Gukesh and Arjun. After a middling 2024, 2025 has been a turnaround year, with the Chennai prodigy now on track for a coveted spot at the candidates tournament. In a conversation with The Week, Praggnanandhaa opened up about the age factor in chess, his experiments with esports and freestyle formats, and reveals the one ability he wishes he could borrow from his compatriots. So going forward, Pragga, do you think, some reports are saying that India is going to be a heavyweight in chess for the next decade. Do you think we are going to have some stiff opposition from any other countries? Like, who do you think India is going to be up against the most? Some say Chinese are very powerful, going to be very powerful. Americans are also having young blood like yourself for India, they are saying. So how do you think the next decade is going to shape up for chess, particularly for India?
Yeah, since it's more of an individual sport, there'll always be some strong players from individual countries will be coming up. But if you see as like Olympiad every year, I think we will be favorites for like next 5 Olympiads at least. So in that way, we are still. I mean, we will be there at the top. And I mean, I think if you see it, we have more and more people coming to the top. So that way, India is doing really well.
Uh, can you walk us through a typical day in your life? Like how many hours you spend on your training, or how your training works? How do you split your times for your practice and other things?
There's of course two types of day, one in tournaments and one at home. Tournaments is usually like I get up, I have my breakfast, I do my preparation, training for the game, and then I have a bit of a nap before I take lunch, and then lunch and then game. This is how it usually is, and then um, when I'm at home, it's a bit different. Uh, Also, it depends on what I am doing at home. If there is some training camp, then it's more of intense training, and when I'm at home and I'm in more of like resting mood, then it's not really so intense, but still be chess. Uh, I'll still be looking at some games or looking at something about chess. So it's usually a lot of time with chess.
So what about Praga? How do you prepare yourself, for the high intensity moments, like the high pressure moments in games? So how do you prepare your mind and body for those high pressure moments? Do you have any particular techniques for that? If you can elaborate, please.
Yeah, there is no particular way to train in those moments. I think, um, yeah, you have to just give your best, and I think some philosophies do help, and but to be honest, you just have to be there at the present, not really worry about the result or something. Just do what is required at that moment, and I think that's the way it works.
So at the Las Vegas, we had the freestyle chess. And do you think freestyle chess is going to get more prominence going forward? Is the competition going to get intense? And do you think how do you think free chess? It's gonna fit into the the entire chess typical chessing system. How do you think it's gonna fit in?
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll overtake classical chess. I think classical chess will still be there, maybe with a reduced time control or something along those lines. But for me, freestyle is it's very enjoyable. I enjoy it when I play. It's not like because of the results or something. I haven't had like a great result in freestyle, but I still enjoy the format. It's fun playing it. There is no opening part, which is something that players do, but it's not something that they enjoy. So in that way, freestyle, I think all the top players enjoy it. So we will see how it's in the future. But for me personally, even though I enjoy freestyle, it's not the priority right now. For me, classical is still the main main focus.
I'm no expert, so please correct me if I'm wrong. I read it. You have 960 starting things related to the, you know, the freestyle game. And what if the players start to, you know, ensemble all the 960 positions? If you try to analyze how you can begin, do you think it's humanly possible? You can track all the 960 positions. I mean, you understood, right? Is it going to intensify the competition, and how much can a human mind practically go on that line?
No, the thing is, you can look at all 960 positions, but you'll never end up remembering everything.
Right.
Uh, and even if you remember, you can barely remember the first move, but also it gets so confused because ev- every position looks similar, but there'll be some small differences here and there, and all these things you just can't remember. What you can remember is some ideas from here and there, and that can help when you actually play. And I think that's the difference. It's not easy to remember 960 positions, but if you're just playing one of those regularly and you have good opening preparation, and that's the difference between classical and freestyle. And this is why freestyle, you just have to play from more one. There is no preparation part which can help you.
Before we move on, one more thing about the freestyle. With Fabiano, you had a 10-hour long clash at Las Vegas. So at that time, does fitness and fatigue come into a factor? If going forward, do you think instead of, you know, the freestyle chess organizers can make some change in the way it is held, because, you know, your fatigue is not coming into a picture? Can we change the schedule in any way, the way freestyle is? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, okay. 10 hours, of course, is exhausting for both of us, and it's also important match. It's not like um, we are playing something small. But that's what the format was, and we just kept playing. Uh, yeah, it would be. I think they are already talking about the format changes and so on. But maybe having one rapid match less would be better, because playing for 10 hours, not just for the players, but also spectators watching their arbiters and everyone, it's not something good, I think. Also for the spectators, you can't keep watching for 10 hours. And so yeah, I think there will be some changes, and yeah, we will have to wait and see what it is.
So Gukesh had backed out, citing, you know, workload management. Do you think the competition, the circuit, the schedule is becoming too packed? Is it causing a kind of burnout for you players?
No, for sure, there is a lot of tournament and lots of formats, and all of these are top tournaments. They're not. I mean, they're not like week ones. So, I mean, there was CWC, there is freestyle, there is normal classical events, there is rapid and blitz. So all these things you have to manage. I mean, I think as a world champion, I think he does have some uh, mileage to just take some breaks in between uh, and and come back. But I think for me, I have to try and take candidates into account and also play for FIDE circuit spot. So I have to keep playing a lot, and I also don't want to miss out on tournaments, because I do enjoy playing, and even though it's tiring, I think I can still keep going yeah, and play a lot of tournaments. I enjoy it, and I'm trying to manage rest and preparing and all these things. So far, I think it's been good. We'll see how the rest of the year goes.
See, when we talk about sports, we always speak about rivalries. In football, you talk about Messi and Ronaldo. In cricket, you have the Fab Four. In tennis, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. So, do you think as a professional chess player, having a rival pushes you further? Is it good for you to train better, do better? How important is a rivalry, having an arch nemesis, as we call it?
I don't think there is one such. I would say there are competition, like healthy competition between this generation, which is pushing all of us together to the top. I think that's why we are seeing these quick rises like Mukesh Arjun doing something, achieving something certainly inspires me to push harder. Like Gukesh winning World Championship or Arjun crossing 2800 inspired me a lot. I'm sure it's same case when I do well. So it's yeah, it's what is pushing us, and I think it's good for the game that we are inspiring each other and pushing us to our limits.
Talking about Magnus Carlsen, please correct me if I'm wrong. He's one of the best in-game players, but he has said he likes the middle game better. And I think most players are not fans of open game. Is always the middle game or end game that's a favorite. So for you, which is more interesting? Which is your favorite part?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Magnus said that, but he's obviously an excellent in-game player. For me, yeah, as I said, like opening isn't opening is fun until it's like too much of memory and so on. And I believe I'm good at openings, but it's not something that I do out of enjoyment. It's something that I have to do especially when you play a lot of classical events. And yeah, I'm sure some of the top players also share my feeling, and so that's why I like freestyle more because you just start playing fresh positions from move one. Even though we are yeah, even though we are yet to kind of grasp everything about freestyle, like some of the positions are still completely new, and it's still more fun for me because there is just no opening part, and you are assured of a fight in freestyle.
So chess is part of esports now, and you are associated with Team Liquid. So where do you think chess and esports going forward? What's going to happen next, and how important is this association with Team Liquid for you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing for Team Liquid in the esports qualifier. It's pity that I didn't make it to the main event. I don't think I played well in that tournament, so I there were players who certainly deserved to make it there. And um, yeah, following the main tournament, I really enjoyed it. I think the format is really exciting for the spectators. But as a player, I felt it was a bit different from the normal event, especially when there is commentary out loud, there are spectators cheering, and there is headphones with white noise, or with music, which is not something common when you play chess, and it's certainly unpleasant. So there are things to, I mean, there are. It was a different experience for me, and next year I'll certainly come prepared for all those.
So, how hard? I mean, sponsorship is obviously part of sporting entertainment. So, as a chess player, do you think it's really hard for an upcoming chess player to find sponsorship? Uh, at least in India, how is the sponsorship scene in India?
I think it's getting a lot better. There are corporates coming into the game, like Adani
Right.
has been supporting me for last 1 year, and all the top Indian players are getting support, and also like the ones that are coming up, ones that are doing early achievements, like becoming an IM or GM, they're also getting some good support. So overall, it's good for the Indian chess, and yeah, I'm happy to see that. And also this esport is is avenue for the top players as well to have association with some teams. In that way, they're also being supported. So overall, I think it's good for the game.
With a bunch of young blood now in the game, including yourself, the age factor is in discussion again. You have Fabiano, Nakamura, Magnus Carlsen, the senior players at one side, and yourself on the other side. Do you think age is really a factor? What is the ideal age to be a top class chess player, in your opinion? Or is there an age after all?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it differs, but I think usually people peak in peak in like late 20s. I think that's what is commonly known, but I feel it could be different for each and every individual. Anand sir won world championship in late 30s, and I mean right now Magnus is already not so motivated at early 30s. So everyone has different uh, different way to see things, and but compared to earlier, we are just playing too many tournaments nowadays. So it's much easier to get burnout quite early, and I think it's difficult for this generation to play like till 40s or something. It's difficult because we are playing, yeah, we're just playing non-stop chess, and um, but in terms of certainly like young players have more energy than older ones, but older one has experience, so it's different. But we are all top players, so I don't think it really matters so much.
When we talk about your generation, we have Vincent, Kamer, Cinderov, Heinz Neyman. So there are a lot of non-Indian players also arriving on the scene. So globally, who among these non-Indian stars do you think is going to be, the most tough to play against in years to come? Have you thought about that? Somebody who you think you're going to have a tough time with, or someone you think is going to be better, anything like that? Any observations on your non-Indian rivals?
No, not really. I mean, there are just so many strong players. I think we all see them as individually strong player. As you said, first of all, there is Gukesh Arjun, and other than that, there is Nadir Beck, Vincent, Ali Reza is there, Hans, and Sindarov. I mean, you can just keep naming players.
Yeah.
They're just strong players and 2700 plus, and some are even more than that. Like Nadir Beck is like 2770. So, um, yeah, they're just strong players, and I mean, every time you play them, they are a difficult opponent and can beat anyone in the world. So,
Is there someone like a favorite opponent for you among this lot?
no, not really. I mean, as I said, everyone is strong, and um, yeah, I just enjoy playing everyone.
Praga, I spoke to one of my friends who follow chess, and he talked to me about how you guys train the blindfold chess. And he said he would like to know. I mean, people who are serious about chess would like to know how you guys imagine the chessboard, the 32 pieces, and everything. Do you imagine these in three dimension, or is it 2D? Do you imagine a particular color, the board, and everything? Can you walk me through the details, please?
No, it's not like there is any particular training to it. It's just that if you look at chess more, you just I mean, it's just something that comes with practice. It's not something you particularly train about, and and it's yeah, it's just that pieces are floating in our head, and we know when you say like king d4 or something, we know where is the king is. It's just there in our mind. I don't know how to explain it in like in other in an analogy, but yeah, it's just there in the mind, and um, yeah, it's just much easier for us because we have just trained more in that.
So you imagine it's in black and white. The board is black and white. I mean, when you imagine it, it's
No, there is no color in the mind. There's
okay. Okay.
just there's just yeah. When you say king d4, the king is on d4. That's it. Like there is yeah, there's no color. There's just pieces there, and I mean, I'm not sure how it is for others, but
Okay. Going forward, two grandmasters in the household. So, if I ask you what are the main differences between the way you and your sister play, how do you think your game styles are different? Are there any similarities between the way you play?
yeah, we are stylistically different. I'm more of a universal player. My sister is aggressive. Like she tries to um, play complicated games, tries to attack, and but we do discuss a lot of chess when we are at home. We share ideas. Um, yeah, we discuss about our strengths and weaknesses and so on. So it does help both of us in that way. And I do have slight inclination towards technical play, and she is more of yeah, aggressive and attacking player.
Now we discussed about the non-Indian players. So if I may ask, if you can pick one ability or skill from your Gukesh, Nihal, and Arjun, can you cherry pick one ability from each of these three players that you would like to have for your own? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, not really. Nihal, I would say the mouse skills and the bullet skills is
Okay.
really good at. I mean, we saw in EWC as well. He was really good when it came to like the last few seconds. I said that, and Arjun, I'll say Yeah, his attitude in general, he believes that everything will be good and everything he has this positive attitude that I would like to take. I do have that, but I think he just has much more, and I'll try to take some of those if possible. And Gukesh is yeah, he fights really hard on the board. His mental attitude is I think really good. So try take that from him.
You mentioned about Adani's support before. So, how important has it been for your, the career, the kind of effort and kind of support that Adani Sports Lines have been providing you?
Yeah, for sure. As I said, like you do need the support, and training for these tournaments do require support, especially having a team for you in these important tournaments uh, and and training. And for example, last year we played candidates where we needed a team and in-person camps, and all these things do require a support. And that's where corporates like Adani Group come in and support the players. And for me, Adani Group has been supporting in a huge way. Um, and it's amazing to see uh, that we have so much interest in chess nowadays.
Now we heard about chess players having lucky pens, trying to wear the same dress after a victory, or trying to follow the same routine after a victory. Do you have any kind that such superstitions or practices ahead of a game?
Yeah, earlier I used to take some pens to the game, but nowadays it's just not possible. We are not allowed to take pens or literally anything. I just carry my banana, and that will be it. And so not really.
Just bananas, right? Nothing else. Never tried anything else.
No, not really. Even no water bottles or nothing. Just because everything they will provide because of the all the security measures, we are not allowed to take anything to the game. I usually just carry banana because that's something that I need. And apart from that, basically nothing.
Now, we often hear cricketers and tennis stars not following what the media is saying before their match because that's added pressure for some, they say. So, do you follow media before or after the games? Is it part of your preparation? Does it affect your mental stability in any way?
Not during tournaments. During tournaments, I'm totally off social. I mean, even apart from tournaments, also I'm not looking at Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. So in that way, I'm off. But during tournaments, even on YouTube or something, I don't go to any medias. Just to be sure that just I think it's better not to have others' opinion, especially in a tournament.
Also, do you think the Indian media is giving you the right coverage? Do you have any suggestions or recommendations for media?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have expertise in that field, so I can't really give any suggestions. So, but I can see that there is so much coverage, and it can only be good for the game.
So we have 88 grandmasters from India right now. Do you have any message for the upcoming chess players from India? What's your message for youngsters who are looking up to you?
Yeah, just have fun with the game, and always try for the maximum, and believe in yourself.